right. Okay. All right. So I am going to go ahead and share my screen. And then I did make slides for today. And so I have a lot of information. I did a lot of it was from, what do I want to say? A lot of it was from Miracle, Morning. I've started reading that again. There's a couple different versions of it. I do a Miracle Morning for network marketers, and I absolutely love that. So again, celebrate yourself, since I only have our team right now for any wins from this week. So you can see our top volume leaders, myself, Laura, Melissa, and Hannah. And Laura actually texted me this weekend. I was traveling and she texted me that she just locked in Success Club 10, which is awesome. So again, let us know how many lives you guys have changed below. Amber is at 4, Jen is at 2, Elizabeth is at 2, Michaela's at 2, I am at 4. And I'm really pushing to end Wednesday night at 10. So I want to lock it in. I told myself I would last week. So that is my goal. Okay. And then if we have any new coaches, celebrate yourself, or anybody here. So I've signed Jordan actually in December, but she's just recommitting and starting after a month of sickness. And Alexa Harlow, formerly Alexa Northcraft, if you've been on our team for a while, she was a diamond coach in the past, has recently signed back up. We're super excited. All right. Super important announcement for this week is Danielle and I are hosting a What is Coaching webinar. I think the word webinar is boring and lame. So I've started calling it a What is Coaching happy hour. I think that sounds like more fun. I'm going to bring my bevy. I gave up alcohol for January. So I'm going to bring my bevy and just bring a cold drink, have some fun, invite your current clients or anybody that's on your dream coach list. So this is Wednesday, January 19th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, 7:30 p.m. Central time. As a coach, you'll realize that you actually have to learn time zones because you're going to start a team. But making a post with this graphic isn't going to do anything. I myself even probably won't post this. I'll make a post about why I love coaching and invite people to that. So I made a coaching post last night. I made a coaching post tonight. Danielle also has. So you can go take a look and see how we're sharing about it there. Here's an example invite. So, hey, Name, I just want to let you know I was thinking of you today. I've been having so much fun with my health coaching business. We're actually doing a live chat on Wednesday, just talking about what coaching is and what it entails. I know I was really confused about what coaching actually was the first time my coach invited me to do it with her. So even if you're not sure if it's for you or not, would you want to hop on Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. and just learn more and let me know what you think? No pressure either way. I would just love to hear your feedback of what you thought. Can you come hang with me? Super. I love saying like no pressure either way. And I'm going to share these slides and things, but I will post this in the chat. Oh, am I still frozen? I saw that I was frozen. Can you hear me now?
10 seconds long. You are frozen right now. Can you hear us?
Yes, now I can. Well, I read in the chat that I was frozen, and then I was looking at everybody else and they were frozen. So did you miss anything?
I think we got the gist of it.
Oh, it says my internet connection is unstable. Awesome. Okay. Danielle, can you unmute yourself and let me know if you can hear me? Because
I can hear you.
Okay. When you responded back to me, it was going in and out. So I was like, okay. All right, cool. Just stop me and post something in the chat if that happens again. Okay. We had like a really bad ice storm yesterday, so I don't know if that has something to do with it. Okay. So now today's topic, if you guys have any questions about that, post in the chat. Danielle's also here. She can be answering questions as I go through, but I want to tonight talk about, are you showing up as a challenger or are you showing up as a coach? And this is going to be a gut check for some of you. For some of you, if you're brand new, this is just going to be, we're just going to talk about like what you should be doing. So can I make this a little bigger? All right. So are you posting a daily workout, sharing a recipe, and telling a story on your Instagram stories daily? If that's what you're doing, there's nothing wrong with that, but that's just you being a great challenger. That is not you being a coach. So let's talk about the difference between being a great challenger, right? We think okay, now I'm a coach. I have to post my workout. I'll share a recipe. And while I make my energize, maybe I'll just like tell a story and talk on my stories. Right. And like, that's great. That's you getting out of your comfort zone, but that's you being really excited about like, being a great challenger. So you're going to add value daily in your stories as a coach or as in your post. It doesn't have to be about fitness or nutrition. It can be about anything that you feel passionate about. Maybe you're passionate about holistic health. Maybe you're passionate about really focusing on ingredients. And so you can teach people what, things that they can sub in their household. Maybe you're passionate about, I have a new coach that just got started and she's really passionate about like hormones and like, like her menstrual cycle and like things like that, like things like not important to me, not something I talk about, but it's something that's really interesting for her and like educating her. So it doesn't have to just be fitness and nutrition. Like if you are gardening and you want to talk about why it's important to bring your plants inside or what plants are safe for animals, like there are so many different options. I want you to think outside of the fitness and nutrition realm, because that's when you're really going to find your people. So for me, something that's important to me is talking about self-confidence, is talking about easy nutrition, easy meal plans and like meal prep, because those are the kind of things that I really struggled with before I got started as a coach. So I love sharing my meal prep. I love sharing little tidbits of self-confidence and how to focus on being better than you were yesterday. So show up as the person that you want to become. And I think that this is also very important, because maybe you're like, oh my gosh, I can't be a coach. I can't talk on my stories. I can't do this. I can't do that. And that's okay to admit that to yourself and to just be really honest that you're struggling with it. But if you have big goals in this business, you just have to show up as the person that you want to become, and know that, if you're living in fear, you're going to stay put. But no good thing has ever come from a comfort zone. So just focusing on doing the thing, do it messy, do it now. You will get better the more that you do it. I promise you. If I look back, Danielle can attest. Danielle just had her 9-year coach anniversary. Yay. Mine is coming up in April. We both have been coaching for about 9 years. So if I look back at my, posts and things like that from when I first started coaching, it's like so embarrassing. It's like lime green with polka dots and it's busy. And it's like, yo, join me now. It's only $180. Like, it's just like, how did people ever join me? But it works because I was passionate about it. Okay. So, I just think it's really important to just do it messy, and you'll figure out how to tweak it, how to get better, but you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. I still hit Success Club the first month I signed up as a coach, even though my posts were gross. So read personal development daily and share your biggest takeaway. This is such an easy way to add value on your story. So I take a picture of my devotional daily. I started the She Works His Way devotional. It's for working moms, and it's so good. And seriously, sometimes I just do 2 a day because I love it so much. And then if you're reading personal development, take a screenshot of that. Or if you're listening to an audiobook, just do a quick, 30-second clip of your biggest takeaway. And that's adding value, and it's focusing on keeping you accountable. If you follow Kim Fitzpatrick, she was the top 3. She's been top 10 twice now. She's just an absolute amazing human. She shares so much value, and her posts are so thought out. I don't want you to read it and stress you out. Now, she does have an assistant. She does have, lots of help, but just knowing how to add value is just sharing your heart sometimes. And if you ever need help with that, we can help you edit posts and things like that. We're here to help. Share wins from clients and coaches. You can ask your clients, you can ask your coaches, hey, what's a win from this week? And then you can take that screenshot, just get rid of their profile picture and their name, and post that onto your story and say something simple like, I love waking up to posts or to messages like this from my clients. And that is like creating FOMO, right? If you share a message where you're like, hey, Becky, I just wanted to check in. Can you share a non-scale victory you had this week? And Becky responds, oh my gosh, a pair of work pants that I have totally forgot about, and kind of they're like, okay, tell me what you're doing, because that is what I need, right? Share behind the scenes of accountability group trainings, etc. So right now on this call, what you can do is, you can choose if you are in screen share mode or what. or later on, we'll do one where you can do a boomerang if you don't want to do it like with the words on the screen, but you can, make a boomerang or something and then make a post to your story and not say like Team Call Night and, leave it at that because that doesn't mean anything. But if you do a boomerang and you're like, so I never knew what it meant to surround myself with happy, positive people that believed in me more than I believed in myself. Monday night team calls are my favorite night of the week. And, whatever, maybe your calls aren't always Mondays. We're working those details out, but you know what I mean? So just really talking about how coaching makes you feel, how thankful you are for it, instead of just team call night that somebody's just going to click on through and it doesn't mean anything to them. I listened to the National Wake Up Call today. So I took a boomerang of that. And I said, our weekly corporate training call, there is no shortage of mentorship when you join us. I'm letting people know that when you join us, they are supported. So do some type of call to action in one shape or in some shape or form daily, whether it's, hey, do you want to try a free workout? Do you want to join me for 2 weeks? Do you want like some type of easy call to action daily? Do you want to, a sample workout is so easy. Or if you do tomorrow, you go onto and you show them how you access your Beachbody on demand and you do a story of that, how easy it is. And then you say, do you want to try it free for 2 weeks? And they do a little swipe or poll option or something like that. And polls and engagements for your target market and non-fitness is important too. So, for example, I like decorating. So I might send a picture and be like, okay, do you like it better here? Or do you like it better here? Where I'm like rearranging something, or outfit of the night, the day. Hey, I'm heading to date night. Should I do option A or option B? And have them choose. I don't care if you already know 100% certain you are wearing option B, do it for the engagement because they're going to see your next post. Okay, so when I was reading today, talking about, are you a coach or are you a great challenger? I was reading in Miracle Morning today, and he started talking about some affirmations and like limiting beliefs and things like that. And I think that this is also really important. So he talked about rearview mirror syndrome. So this actually limits your current and future results based on who you were in the past. This is you literally thinking that your past is going to define who you are forever. So where you are is a result of who you were, and where you go depends entirely on who you choose to be from this moment forward. Okay, I'm going to read that again. Where you are is a result of who you were. Where you go depends on who you choose to be from this moment forward. I had a gut check this morning because this past weekend with traveling and things like that, I wasn't great with my nutrition. I didn't stick to my 75 medium like I really wanted to. I'm not beating myself up. I traveled. It was my birthday. I did the best that I could, but I did decide to recommit and go all in my fitness, in my business, in my morning routine. And so you have to stop maintaining that limiting belief based off your past. You have to stop saying, oh, well, I could never do that because of this, or I failed before, so I can't do that. And you need to start forming beliefs based on your unlimited potential. If you are on this call, honey, you can do anything. You can literally do anything you want in this business. You're showing up at 8:30, 7:30, and when you have so many other things to do because you have big goals. That alone tells me that you have what it takes, because there's a lot of people that aren't making that happen. And I'm not mad or upset. I know life happens, things happen, but you made it a priority and I'm so proud of you. And I just know that you already have what it takes and you are the type of person that can achieve these goals. So we've been focused on vision and mindset for the past couple of weeks. We've really been talking about this. We did our vision board. If you haven't yet, make sure you do that. And I can't stress enough the importance of creating your vision, reviewing it every morning and believing it like 1,000,000% of every being, of every part of your being, that it will become a reality. Because if you can't even believe it, why did you waste that time doing it? If you can't even believe in yourself that you can achieve these things, what are you doing? Okay. So I want you to visualize it every day. And this, at first, when I first heard this, I was like, okay, this is a little too woo-woo for me. But the first time I made a vision board was in 2013. And I can tell you that literally every single thing on that 2013 vision board was checked off in 2022. Danielle, you're raising your hand. Do you need to speak?
I was going to add to it when you're done, if you don't mind.
Yeah. I was just going to say you have big goals. So who do you need to become to achieve them? And let's first focus on your morning routine. Go ahead.
Okay. So just to make a funny real quick too, my brother growing up used to think, he always thought it wasn't called the rear view mirror, it was called the Riverview mirror. So every time I see that, it cracks me up. But anyways, I am a former runner. I ran for college. I ran for high school. I was on full scholarship. It literally was my life. And when 30-Day Breakaway came out, I was running again. I started running again. And obviously this was after 2 kids. And I joined a bunch of running groups. I just want to give you guys a little bit of perspective on what it's meaning by, RMS and limiting your current, future, and results based on who you were in the past. So I fell into the whole, I'm nowhere near what I used to be when I was running in college and high school. And I just fell into that comparison to myself, not anybody else. I just constantly compared myself. And within that group, I had posted about it. And one woman spoke up that said something that I'll never forget. And she said, here we call it PBBR, post baby personal record. And that changed everything for me. Everything, because the person I am today is not who I was before. Whether that's for my running goals, my health and fitness goals, my business goals, my life goals, my spiritual goals, whatever it is, wherever I'm at right now is not where I was 5 years ago or last year or 10 years ago. And so you can determine where you're going with that. And you have to visualize that who you are today has nothing to do with who you were then. If you couldn't stick to your health and fitness journey before because you kept falling off track, that doesn't mean that's who you are today, and that doesn't define you.
I love that. I couldn't find my unmute, and it just goes to show anyone can be a coach. Every time I host a call, I'm like, how do you do this? Thank you, Danielle. I love that. And I think we're just so hard on ourselves, and we just need to give ourselves the permission to believe in ourselves, because we've put ourselves down and, sold ourselves short for way too long of our life. So I went through and just kind of wrote out the 4-step formula for creating affirmations that's in the Miracle Morning. I don't want to spend a ton of time on it. I want this to be something that we can review and do this later. You can also suggest you just pick up that Miracle Morning. Again, if you don't have it yet, if you have it, just a copy already, read it. Awesome. If you do get it, Miracle Morning for Network Marketers is what I definitely suggest, because it's definitely catered more to us. If you have any affirmations that you write or read daily, I want you to put that in the chat. So for example, I have my affirmations and I add to it every day. I read everything that I've already wrote, and then I add to it every day. And every year I start a new page. It's just a page in my journal, and then I add to it each day. I add one more affirmation. My most important one that I start with every year is, I'm a leader of leaders. That is everything to me. I want to be a leader of leaders. Keith Callahan, who's currently my mentor, he's the author of Build to Last, which is also a really great book. And it's a short, quick read. It gives you little homework assignments after each chapter. And he focuses on not being a leader of followers, but being a leader of leaders, and that is like goals. That is like everything I ever want will fall into place. Every single thing on my vision board will fall into place if I become a leader of leaders. So I am going to just say that and just continue to focus on what can I do today to help make that come true. So that's something that's really important to me. So I'd love to see your affirmations, but state the extraordinary result you are committed to and why. So I'm going to use an example that he used, but you can do it for anything. It can be for weight loss. It could be for, something else in your business. So action, write down a specific result or outcome, one that challenges you and would improve your life. Then include your why and the benefits you'll experience. So I just used an example from the book. He said, I'm committed to doubling my income. Now be specific, in the next 12 months from blank to blank, so that I can, and then use your why, so that I can provide financial security for my family. Step 2, the necessary actions you are committed to taking and when. All good and great, but if you just say that and you don't have a plan, this is kind of like reverse engineering your goals. If you've ever heard that, you figure out your goal and then you figure out what you have to do to get there. So the action is clarify the specific action, activity, or habit that's required to achieve your ideal outcome, and state when and how often. To guarantee that I double my income, I am committed to doubling my daily connections, new conversations, and invites to 10 daily connections, 10 new conversations, and 10 invites a day from 10 to 11 a.m., Monday through Friday, no matter what. That is like clear as day. I understand exactly what I am doing from that. Also, if you do that every day, 10 new conversations, 10 new connections, 10 invites a day, watch your business soar. And that's not hard. That is not hard. Okay. That can easily be done in less than an hour. And if you do that 5 days a week, I want you to come back. Not everybody's going to do that, but I want you to come back and tell me how much that changed your business. Even if you start with 5, I will be so proud of you. But I'm telling you, if you do level up and you change that to 10, which is totally doable, you'll be like, wow, why wasn't I doing this sooner? This is so fun. Look at all of these people joining me. Okay. So do you want to say anything before I do step 3 and 4, Danielle? Okay. Step 3, recite your affirmations every morning with emotion. Like, I want you to believe it. I want you to be fired up. I want you to be like celebrating yourself for already doing that. Schedule time each day to read your affirmations in the morning to program your subconscious and focus your conscious mind on what's important to you and make it a reality. I do this. This is part of my morning routine every morning. Then you can take it one step forward and you can actually voice record it to your phone and listen each morning along with your vision. This is something that's on my homework for doing this week. It was supposed to be last week. It didn't happen. So I'm going to do it this week. But you can actually record it. And then my goal is to record my affirmations and my vision. And then first thing in the morning, that I've recorded in my voice with excitement. And I will then remember, this is why I'm showing up. This is why I'm doing the things. I had a coach share that with us at our diamond retreat last year. And it was like so impactful that like, I'm like, wow, that's so easy. You just put your AirPods in, you listen as you're like letting the dog out, doing things you're already doing anyways. And then it's checked off your list and you are reminded why you're showing up and doing the things. So obviously you're going to constantly update and evolve your affirmations as you grow and evolve. So should your affirmations. And I encourage you to have them for finances, for health, happiness, relationships, parenting, business, whatever. So, and then he says, anytime you come across an empowering quote or philosophy and think, wow, I really need to improve in that area, add that to your affirmations. So for me, organization and, things like that, and time management, sometimes I really struggle with. So if I come across like a really empowering quote or something like that, I'm going to add it to my affirmations. So your new affirmations will articulate which extraordinary results you're committed to creating, why they are important, and which actions you are committed to taking them and when you will take them. So I know this is like a little bit like I thought we were talking about being a great coach, not a challenger. How does this, go inside with that? Because this is talking about being the person you want to become. And these are steps that are going to take and to help you in getting there. So I'm going to leave these. These are from the book. And these are some examples you can use and you can incorporate. I leave every person I speak to better than I found them because I genuinely care about what is happening in their lives. And I'm not afraid to give them an honest compliment. Whether they are a yes or a no, they are glad that they spoke to me. I had 10 people respond to my messages from today and yesterday. Like, oh my gosh, you are so sweet. I actually already joined this blah, blah, blah weight loss program, but seriously, thank you so much for that message. You were just so sweet. How are you? It was a not right now. Okay. It was not a no. And instead of me sitting there being so bummed because they didn't join me, I'm just like, I left a little sunshine their way and I'm not mad. It's a not right now. It is not a no. Okay. So that speaks to me. That is something that's important. Building my business isn't about me and what I want. It's about connecting with my prospect by finding out what's important to them and matching my product or opportunity to meet their wants and needs. Remember that people buy products or join companies based on emotion. Sorry, this is not proofread. Emotion and how they feel. So my job isn't to convince a prospect that they can't live without my product or they must join my business today. It's to paint a compelling picture through words and stories that gets them emotionally engaged in the experience of owning my product and joining my team. It will make it fun and exciting for them to say yes. I also love the saying, facts tell, but stories sell. So when I'm talking to somebody, I am talking to them as if they're already going to join us. And I might share a picture of my sister or my best friend, Chelsea, that have lost over 100 pounds with these. And I'm going to say, you are going to freaking love this. I cannot wait to celebrate you. Check out my friend, Chelsea. She lost 110 pounds last year. She has just been absolutely rocking it. And she told me no for a long time, but I'm just so glad she joined me. What would it mean for you to lose the 50 pounds you told me that you wanted to lose, or chase around your kids without feeling out of wind, like you told me earlier? So bringing back their why and their goals that you've previously discussed, when they get emotionally connected, that is everything. The secret to success in network marketing is to be committed to my daily process without being emotionally attached to my results. I can't always control my daily results, but as long as I follow through with the process, the law of averages will always play out and my results will take care of themselves. You can't control if somebody's going to tell you yes or no. You can send screenshots to your upline and say, hey, would you say this any differently? And we can help you with that, but you can't control that. But if you are being consistent with your actions and doing them daily, like it says, it'll take care of itself. Because if you're talking to enough people, you are going to find people that want it. All right, a couple more. I view my team, customers, and prospects as valued friends. And by focusing on how I can selflessly add value or bless their lives, I will become a trusted advisor to them. I focus on learning new things and improving my skills daily. And I commit to reading at least 1 or 2 And for me, I had a lot of limiting beliefs about my leadership skills. So I really focused on my leadership, personal development. And I know Danielle and I have been really keeping each other accountable with that and just like filling our brain with all of the leadership PD. And you know what? You start to believe it. When you are putting that into your brain, you start to believe it. And that's seriously just so important. I dedicate time each week to nurturing I'm sorry, I keep looking at all these typos. My 5-year-old dropped my computer and it adds R's and E's and periods just like all the time. And I just kind of get tired of editing all the time. I dedicate time each week to nurturing my relationships with my customers and team members, and I generate tons of repeat business as a result. I think that sometimes too, we forget about the people that are serving the people that are already at our table. Having these conversations, checking with our current clients, and they're like, oh, I'm just, asking them what they're struggling with. I'm just really struggling with like being able to eat at work. Like things are so crazy. Well, hey, have you ever tried their beach bars? It's a red and half a yellow and tastes delicious. You could throw that and a banana, in with you. And that was just like an easy, healthy snack that you can have, to hold you over. Those kind of conversations. Or I'm really struggling with emotional eating. Hey, oh my gosh, have you ever tried our Bevy? I call it my nighttime munchie juice because it really helps with me curbing my cravings. Don't forget to check in with your current coaches and clients and seeing how you can serve them as well. I follow up, engage with my clients, coaches, and prospects, asking them how I can pray for them. And I am genuinely interested in how I can bless their lives. I added that one in because that's something that's on my list every week, is checking in with a couple of people, current coaches and clients or prospects, and asking how I can pray for them and, how they're doing. And I think that not many people get asked that question. And that alone is a great way to start conversation and build trust. I am committed to empowering my team with the knowledge and skills that I am also learning so that they can self-sufficiently attain any level of success that they wish. So I only have 2 more slides, but thoughts on this so far? Has anybody currently doing affirmation? Okay, awesome. I'm going to go through and see. I'm an awesome human. Currently reading Build to Last. Oh, I love Build to Last. I'm growing every day. If I put in the work, it will happen. Yes, I'll share the slides. Okay, good excuse. All right. So, and you don't have to have like a long list of them, but I just want you to start with one. Start with one tomorrow morning, and then just add 1 or 2 every day, and then read the ones you've already wrote and then add to it. So daily actions become habits, and our habits become who we are. I was listening to my church puts out short little videos, and I heard that quote last night. Daily actions become habits, and habits become who you are. And I'm like, I love that, because I can control that. And I have the option of, deciding who I'm becoming by what I do daily. When I went home, I, still got up in the morning. I still read my Bible, did my devotional, did my gratitude, my affirmations, and things like that, because it's a habit and I feel better when I do it. So what do you need to commit to doing more of? Inviting, connections, taking action, tracking your conversation. Also, don't think that you're going to like just remember every person you're talking to. This is a business. You need to treat it like one. You just won't remember. You won't. And when you have a list to work from, it makes it so much less stressful. So start where you are, start now. What do you need to commit to doing less of? I gave up scrolling social media. My church is doing like a 21-day prayer and fasting. And I gave up scrolling social media because it is such a time suck. And I was really, really, really being bad at that. Or watching other people's stories, comparing to others. Own where you are right now in your business and your health. Take full responsibility. We're not going to sit here and blame or feel shameful or anything for where we are, but do focus on what actions you will take moving forward. Replace the blame with total responsibility. You are at the wheel and you are responsible for your results. So those connections, the conversations, the invites, the follow-ups, those decide the outcome you want, decide the outcome you want and just go get them. Just do the things. Stop putting it off. Stop stressing. Stop procrastinating. Just do them. Your results are 100% your responsibility. And as soon as you realize that, it gets a lot easier to get to work. It's not just going to happen, right? You can't change what's in the past, but the good news is that you can change everything else. You are in the position of power. You are in control, and there are no limits to what you can accomplish. All right. So I've got final thoughts, and then I'm going to ask for any questions. And things like that. So some other things that really were my big takeaways from this book were time block your day and pencil in your income producing activities. So like, again, that's your connections, your invites, your follow-ups, your new conversations. Put your family time in there and literally everything in between. So I put everything in my phone as it comes up. If I schedule a Zoom with a new coach, Charlie, both has speech therapy. So, as I do that, I'm putting it in my phone. And then what I do Saturday or Sunday, I take a look at my phone and I put everything down to my physical calendar for the week so I can take a look. So Sunday, I will review everything for the week so I can let my team know what's happening, what we need to be talking about. And then every day I review my thing for the day. So I know exactly where I need to be focusing on getting my income producing activities done around everything else that I need to do. I will literally even put in like hot tub with Matt. Like that's like our date night in sometimes. I will put that into my schedule like twice a week. That is in my schedule because otherwise it's like, oh, sorry, I'm so tired. So putting your personal time in is important too. Turn your phone on do not disturb. That is so important. And it's just so easy. Like I'm such a squirrel. It's so easily to get distracted. So if I am in that moment where I'm supposed to be doing my income producing activities, I put my phone on do not disturb and I'm doing those things from my computer because I also have this thing. It's called Newsfeed Eradicator. It's like a Chrome extension. So when I'm on Facebook, I don't even see my newsfeed. I can't see it. It's not there. And it's so helpful. And I'm not scrolling. Systemize everything. So systemize everything for your business. If you want a system, Danielle and I probably have a system for, business, but also, he talks about things that are going to make your life easy. Like if you travel often, just have duplicates of everything so that you can have travel size of everything and you never have to pack it every single time you are on the road, systemizing anything that's going to make your business and your life easier. Commit to the process and have self-discipline. Don't rely on motivation because you're not always going to be motivated. Discipline is doing it when you don't really feel like it, but you know that you want what's in the long term more than what you want now. That instant gratification, like, okay, I have a goal to lose 50 pounds, but that Snickers bar is going to be really good if I just have it right now, right? What do you want most versus what do you want right now? Identify the areas of your life where you need to gain more self-discipline and create affirmations to say to yourself when you find yourself falling back into bad habits. So if you struggle with like emotional eating or I have some clients right now that I'm really working with, like they are struggling with like binging and purging. Okay. So if you are struggling with that and you know that like you have a trigger with that, I want you to I'm helping them create affirmations that like they say in the moment. Where when they're struggling and they're like, okay, I think I could just like easily house this entire thing of Oreos. And then your mantra comes in and food does not have control over me. I do not need, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but you can, focus on something that you say to yourself, something super simple and something super powerful that reminds you that you are in control. And, can do this with time management. You can do this with anything. Have an affirmation for something you struggle with. And when that hits, you tell yourself that, and you just repeat it on repeat if you need. Celebrate your wins each day. Danielle and I always talk about this. Danielle's always reminding me, like, don't be so hard on yourself, like focus on all that you did get done. If you need to write it down so that you can, see it in writing. Find a mentor or a friend to keep you accountable and check in 1 to 2 times a month. If you need somebody more often, if you have, ask your upline, whether it's upline, success partner, a mentor you hire, etc. Believe in yourself with all your heart, because this is your year. You are here at 9 p.m., 8 p.m. on a Monday night when you could be doing anything else. This is your year and you need to believe it. So I just wanted to share something with you. My goal is to develop 5 5-star leaders in my downline this year and 5 2-star diamonds. My goal is to help you stop playing small. I don't want you to be like, oh, I want to be emerald by 6 months from now. Okay, well, anybody can be emerald by 6 months from now. Honestly, if you're here right now, diamond in 3 months is like 100% doable. So I want you to stop thinking like, I'm going to take these goals and I'm going to say that I'm going to hit them in 2 years when I could do it in 30 days. My goal is to help you believe you're capable of 10xing what you ever thought possible. And I'm here to mentor, guide, and challenge you, Danielle as well. You just have to show up and put in the work, and we believe in you. So we will share these slides, but I want to know kind of what thoughts you have, what takeaways you have, or anything. Wins, Danielle, what you got? High five habit. I love high five habit.
I guess I could share my takeaway from my personal development today for inspiration.
Yes, please.
So one thing that April and I both have been struggling with is our morning routine and sticking to it. And I fall into the excuse that I'm breastfeeding, but to be fair, I can't be sleeping in until 8 o'clock every day when I have to work and I have 3 kids. Like, I just don't get any work done if I'm sleeping in. And so that's one thing I've been really working hard on. And this kind of goes with like any goals you're setting. So he says, if you don't make the commitment today to start becoming the person you need to be, to create the extraordinary life that you really want, what makes you think that tomorrow or next week or next month or next year are going to be any different? Because they won't. If we don't change who we are now, our self-created fate will be a life of mediocrity and unfulfilled potential. Accepting less for ourselves and for ourselves it will be accepting less for ourselves of everything that we truly want and desire. The reality is that if we don't change now, our life will not change. And if we don't get better, our life won't get better. And if we don't consistently invest time into our self-improvement, our life will not improve. Yet most of us wake up every single day and stay the same. And it is natural in our body to want more, to want extraordinary. When your kids try out for sports, you don't want them to just be average, right? Like, you want them to be extraordinary. You want them to be above average. You want them to excel. When you try out for something, you don't want to just be average. You want to be told how awesome you are and how well you're doing. You want to be super successful. It's just in our blood and our DNA. But for some reason in today's world, we just are okay with being mediocre and not taking action. That's the problem, is when you listen to personal development, when you get on these calls like this, most people don't take that information and apply it. So that really motivated me when I read it today.
I love that. Is that from Miracle Morning? Is that what you're doing right now?
Yep.
Yeah, I love that. And I think something super simple is, I want you guys to start making a list. Start making a list of 100 people. I do this every January. I start again. So this is people that maybe you've already talked to in the past. This is people that are on like your dream coach list. So I've got my list of 100 people. These are people that they could be current clients that I'm going to invite to coach. There also are some coaches that on the here that are current coaches or discount coaches that I want to re-invite to like relaunch their business. Okay, so I have this list of 100, and guess what? It makes it so easy when I am like, okay, I'm going to sit down and do my connections and do my invites and do my follow-up. So tracking is so important. So you make a list of 100 people, go through your phone, go through people that have watched your stories, go through people that have liked and commented on your recent posts, go through your Facebook friends, your Instagram followers, whatever. It's so simple to do. And then it makes it so easy. This is what I did when I first started this business, guys. I had 3 jobs. So I worked from a list, and every night, the night before, I would write down 10 people I was going to invite, 10 people I was going to follow up with, and 10 people I was going to start new conversations with. I did that every year for almost 2 years because I only had a 30-minute lunch break, and I didn't want to waste time trying to figure out who I was going to talk to. So have your list of 100, and then also have a 10 in play. Always have 10 people in play. Your 10 in play list is just 10 people that you are talking to about the business opportunity, about coaching, or about joining your next challenge group. That's it. And people should not be on here long. It should be, they should not be on there for more than 2 to 3 weeks. If they're still on there and they haven't told you no, they haven't blocked you, or they haven't joined you, they go on your follow-up list for next month. But having a 10 in play makes it so simple. Okay, I should always be talking to 10 people. So I want you, that is just your homework, is to get your 10 in play list. And these are going to be people that you are either currently having conversations with or that you are going to start having conversations with. And so what I do is I wait until they like respond back. So I might have like an invite or something, but I wait until they respond back. So I have been inviting like crazy to our What is Coaching happy hour. And so people are like, oh, you're so sweet. That's so awesome. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to be home from work in time. Or one girl was like, I have something else at 6. I can't promise I'll be home. But if you send me the info, I'll do my best to get on. And if you can record it, send that my way. So those people are getting on my 10 playlist because they're interested. Okay, so I don't add them to my list until they like respond back to me, if that helps. Reading the Slight Edge and what I read today talked about it. It's not just what you do, but how you do it. Exactly. And just, and doing the personal development and being on these calls and being surrounded by other people with big goals and big energy and, just like fire in their belly to help people. That is what it's all about. So also mark your calendars for July. Our summit is taking place in St. Louis. What is it, like 20 minutes from you, Danielle? Yeah, that's awesome. And so live events are everything. I'm going on the Success Club trip in March. Brittany, who's on this call, she signed up from, she saw a diamond retreat and she was like, I will be at that next retreat. I am going to be there, so, live events are everything. If you look up there's April will be a Super Saturday, find one. If there isn't one, host one. I hosted one at my house this past time because there wasn't one local. But get out there, get involved, and be a part of this business about this community. And it's just going to help you to soar. So let me stop the recording.